How's it going, everybody? We're here to check out the next set of Twitch drops. That's right, we're already on to another round, and this one is the first version of home-brewed. And basically that just means it's a bunch of Rust content creators y'all should be familiar with. These are people that have been in the community for a long time, definitely earned their places of where they are. And yeah, it's about time they get some drops. So I think that's how a lot of people feel, at least. It's always nice to see new people brought into the community or stuff like that, but it's also good to see people who've been there get themselves some recognition in the game, right? So anyway, jumping on, we've got generic drops, and then we've got our streamer-specific drops. And what the difference between that is a generic drop is going to be something where you can watch anybody on Twitch that has generic drops enabled for the event and is streaming Rust. So you don't have to watch a specific streamer. But if you want to support the person who has the skin, you can always, throw them some views. Now, it does look like the majority of the generics all are YouTubers, which is why they are generic, because they don't really stream, so they don't have a Twitch to link. So you'll notice that their YouTubes are actually linked at the top. So anyways, jumping on into that, we've got our very first generic skin. It's going to get you a 1 hour watch time, and you get yourself an all black bolt action. Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. So you've got Alpha's Bolty right here. Aiming down the sights, you've got the Alpha symbol, and then you've got some very, very, very red sights to the tip there. So yeah, if you ever missed out on Blackout set or something like that, this is a very nice kind of freebie, something that just fits right into the game that I think a lot of people will appreciate. Next, at our 2 hour generic mark, we have the T garage door, and that's for TeaGuyTom, of course. If you don't know who they are, well, then you should check them out. And that goes for pretty much anyone here. If you don't know who they are, you should be definitely checking them out, because this event is, well, that's what it's all about, So you've got T is life and T, and you've got a nice little light right there as well. So we'll go ahead and close off the light there, and as you can see, it shines down kind of like a nice little industrial lamp. It really kind of just lights up the T there at the bottom for you. But now you can go ahead and make your own tea room. Next up, at our 3 hour mark, we've got the Etone metal face mask. So here you go. It's got a pretty normal back, just kind of a darker leather cap, and then you've got their colors and kind of like theme here with the blue and the grays. Definitely a cool looking mask for sure. Alright, next up at our 4 hour generic drop mark, we've got the AloneinTokyo garage door. It's the other garage door you're going to see this time. And it should have kind of a familiar look to the Renegade set, as it is made by Vase, but this just has its own unique kind of red glow, and the artwork and everything. It just looks really, really cool. Has some nice sculpting and so forth. And of course, if we kill the lights, you can see it just looks all the more badass. And if you take a look upward, you can see it kind of reflects a little bit of light onto the roller, and the roller does have some streaks in it, so technically you can see the roller when it's up at night as well, so that is always a bonus. Next up, for our last generic drop here, we've got the Falcon Rust AR for you, and you can see it's got their big symbol there up on the front, and it's got this very beautiful kind of burning falcon on the side of it. Very, very cool. Whole thing's kind of adorned up with some gold, very kind of a fancy looking trim, and then aiming down the sights, you've got this golden falcon and a nice little red tip to the sight. It's definitely a very cool design. And of course, we have to show our reload. As you can see, you reattach the feet of the bird, and there we have it. Alright, moving on, we've got our streamer-specific drops. This means you have to go to this streamer's Twitch channel to unlock this drop. But, of course, the Twitch drops page makes it easy for you, as you can just click on it and it should take you to their page and show you when they are online with a little red marker. So, we've got the Yackhammer here for Yakov. And yeah, it's a custom jackhammer. It has a little bit of cutout to it as well, which is cool. And yeah, it's just a very shiny, chromed out, definitely something that looks quite cool. I think a lot of people will appreciate this one. And there you go. We always have to show the jackhammer in action, right? Next up at the 2 hours for all of these, it's going to be Zchum Hoodie. So yeah, you can see Zchum's hoodie here, and it's got a whole little Hawaiian theme going on, which is really nice. And yeah, you can go ahead and say a little bit of aloha and chill. Maybe you already have the pool pack and all that, and it's just really set to go. But yeah, it's nice to have like a hoodie that isn't completely like covered in logos and stuff, but it's still something that can pertain to the streamer themselves. Alright, next up we have a Thompson for you here, and it's going to be SnuffyFluffy. And as you can see here, it's got a kind of red streaks going through kind of a flat black design. Definitely a nice little bright Thompson. I think a lot of people should like it. They also have a minimal little logo, as you can see, down on the back stock right there. Aiming down the sides, you can also see their logo once more, and there is a red tip versus the black for it right there. And if we go ahead and pop a reload for you, there it is. Next up, we have a Waterpipe shotgun for you, and it's going to be Oil Rat's Waterpipe shotgun, and this has this really cool kind of like jade design to it. Very shiny, and I don't think we have too many kind of like bright green water pipes like this, so it definitely makes it very unique for sure. Aiming down the sights here, you do have a green tip, and if we pop a reload, you'll see is wipe. Alright, and we'll fire it off one more time there and do another reload. If you can look or pause it, it says, "Is wipe a movie?" ? So there you go. Nice little funny extra thing added in there. Good use of a hidden spot. Next up, we have another AR for you, and this is for Tore1005. As you can see, it says their name literally there on the side, but it's kind of scribbled nicely in some gold, just to go along with the gold accents of the rest of it. This is definitely a fancy looking AR. Aiming down the sides, you've got their logo or face, whatever you want to call it, and then you've got a nice red versus white for the tips. This definitely has that kind of, yeah, a lot of people like anything with gold trim and rust, so I think this is definitely a very smart AR drop skin for sure. Moving along, we've got a furnace for you, and it's for Valair. And as you can see, it's got this cozy little design. There's a little kitty up in the window. The whole thing looks like a little house. There's flowers, and you've got a nice little design all around. And then there's these cool little candles that actually light up. Then you've got some custom little notes back here for people, which also lights up along with the candles. And it's just got this nice little tile design. You have lights at the top. And yeah, it's just altogether a very nice little furnace. If we kill the lights here, you can definitely see that it has a very cozy at night design for sure. Alright, next up we have a rock for you, and it's for Throat. And as you can see, it's got their face, it's got beer cans, it's got lightning, and there's even an F1 kill. So there you go. I believe in game the F1 kill button actually got switched to respawn instead of being even suicide anymore. But hey, you can still actually type it out. So with that, of course, they're gonna say, well, does the lightning glow? And well, of course it has to. I mean, if it doesn't, then what would be the point of it, right? So this is a glowing rock. Next, we have a large box for you, and it's for BaseTradeTV, and you can see right there is their name, and it's a depot box, which is awesome. You always have to love that. And it also has these little connector tubes for where you can hook up the pipe system, and they fit right over perfectly, right where they put the design. Definitely love that idea. You've got this bright depot. I mean, it's everywhere. You can't miss. It's just the universal dump your stuff here box. And of course, it has to glow, right? So you've got the little green screens that light up, and then you've got depot along the sides as well. Definitely a box I think a lot of people will find useful. Alright, lastly we have an Eoka for you, and it's for Qaixx. And as you can see, it is a rat Eoka, and yeah, I mean, everyone should know that term. The rat even has a little piece of cheese it's holding on to right there. It's already greedy, it wants some more cheese, you know. It's got like a little price tag on there, and everything is just pretty funny about this one. It's definitely a great little gag skin, and you can appreciate that. It also says bricked, and you can see the whole thing kind of looks like a brick-like cylinder as well. Lots of little jokes with it, which is very, very fun. But that's going to do it. Remember, these streamer-specific drops are all 2 hours each, as the screen should say too. But that's it for you. If you are new, there's a tutorial part of the video that's going to run right after this. And yeah, that'll help you with pretty much anything you might need. Twitch drops wise, it may look old, but the information is all still relevant. Otherwise, thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll see you next drops. Alright guys, so you're going to start by going to the Twitch drops page, which is linked down in my description below if you don't already have it pulled up, and it's going to take you to here. And if you are brand new, you're going to have to sign in with your Steam account. This has to be the Steam account that you own Rust on and want the skins on. That's very important. And then you want to sign in with your Twitch, and the Twitch is going to need to be the Twitch that you're going to be watching the streams with. That should be pretty straightforward. Now, I've already done the Steam sign in, so I don't need to do that. But, you know, again, you just click here, and it's going to bring you to the Steam sign in window. Alright, so then once you're done through Steam, you're going to click sign in, and it will either ask you to, you know, sign in your stuff, then it'll ask if you can authorize, blah, 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 and you just say yes, and it will pop up with drops activated, and you should be good to go. Now, what you want to do is kind of look at a few things here. So we have a couple buttons that pop up. You've got logout, unlink, and check for missing drops. So logout's pretty straightforward. Unlink is going to be useful. Now, some people will get the error saying that you're already linked to a account. If that's what you're getting, you're going to need to find out which account that is, either your Steam or Twitch, log in the way I just showed you, and then hit unlink. Once that's done, you can then sign in with the proper account and link it properly, okay? So this is where that unlink button is when you're looking for it. Also, there's the check for missing drops button, which we'll get back to here in a minute, okay? So let's go ahead and kind of go through the basic FAQ, and the main thing here is what are the different kinds of drops, and I kind of explained that briefly already, but you've got the generic drop. Generic drops are drops you have to watch for a set amount of time, but you don't have to watch a set streamer. You can watch any streamer that has drops enabled. So technically, you could make progress towards two streamers at once, so to say. One of the generic drops and then one of the specific drops. So that's kind of how that works right there. And then there are the specific drops, which are, you know, you have to watch that specific streamer. Pretty straightforward there, okay? Now, those will all be posted on this page once it has been updated for the drops, so it's really easy. You just click on them and you're ready to go. Now, is there a way to check your progress? Yes, there is. So we'll go ahead and show that. You can literally just click here, or when you're at your Twitch, go to your Twitch inventory. And yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at that. All right, and so it will take you here to your inventory, and as you'll see, you know, this is from the last campaign. And, well, actually, this could be a couple campaigns further ago because I'll probably keep using this. So as you can see, this is from the July 2021 campaign. And it'll start to show your progress here. So as you can see, I'm earning towards the generic drops, which were these two, and one streamer right here. And it shows the progress on both and how long you're going to have to work at it. Once this is done, the bar will be full and it will say claim. And until you claim, the next one in its progress won't start. So you'll see this one here will not start until this one has been claimed. And once you finish this, you're going to have to watch another streamer to start on theirs, or else you won't be making progress towards anything. So yeah, that's generally how that's going to work right there. All right, now that we're back on it with this, the next thing is going to be, can you earn drops faster and by opening more windows, logging into multiple accounts, blah, blah, blah. No, that doesn't work. The best you can do is earn a generic drop and a specific drop at the same time. Once you have finished the both or all of the generic drops, you can only work on one specific streamer at a time. Opening another window isn't going to help you with that. Now, if a streamer logs off halfway and you only have them partially finished, you can then move on to a different streamer that is online. Sometimes it can take up to 5 minutes to show you're making progress, but don't worry, you will. And usually it doesn't start at 0. You'll notice it pops up right away at 2 to 5% or something like that. Because like I said, it can take a little while to realize you switch people. But as long as the one you're watching is offline and no longer streaming Rust, you can switch to another person that is and work on them. Now, how long does it take for the drops to show up in your inventory? Again, this can take up to 10 minutes for them to show up after you've claimed them on Twitch. But if you didn't go ahead and claim them on Twitch, make sure you do, because there's no other way to do that. So once you've hit claimed, it can take up to 10 minutes to show up in your Steam inventory. If for some reason it isn't, you can come back here and click this check for missing drops button, and it will try to send them to you. For me, whenever I've done this, it usually works instantly. Again, there's going to be lots of people doing this at once. It could take some time, all right? And then, do you need anything special? All you need is a Twitch account, a Steam account, and you need to own Rust. If you have Twitch Prime or whatever, that's fine, but you don't need it. No Twitch Prime required, no extra fees or other things. You just need a Twitch account, Steam account, and Rust. Now, if you no longer know which one is linked or whatever, I already covered that, so we can skip it. And then if you don't own Rust, is there a way you can still earn them? And yes, there is. What you do is you claim them on Twitch, but you never send them over to Steam. As soon as you now own Rust, you come back to this page anytime. It will always be here. You can log in and click check for missing drops. Once you've clicked this guy, it should then drop them all from your Twitch into your Steam inventory, now noticing that Rust is there. So yeah, that's basically kind of the stuff right there that works with it. And if you are having a problem where it's not switching to another streamer, one thing you can do is clear your internet browser cache, close all your windows, reopen, and try again. That has always worked for most people as well. Just kind of another little tip with that. But that's going to do it, guys. Thanks for watching, and enjoy your Twitch drops out there. Have fun getting them, and stay rusty.